जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन। यमुना तीरावनचारि। यमुना तीरावनचारि। जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय शिल प्रभुपदा। जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौर हरि बोल। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रतां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुव एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिशे नमः। नमो ब्राह्मण्याय देवाय गो ब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयति गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं श्रीपरमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्येश्वरम्। ॐ अपवित्रो पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतोऽपि वा यस्मरेत् पुनरीकाक्षा सा बाह्यभ्यन्तरं शुचे। श्रीविष्णु श्रीविष्णु श्रीविष्णु। Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji, Dandavad Pranam. First of all, I would like to wish all of you happy Radha Ashtami. I am very fortunate to get this opportunity to discuss the Bhagavatam on this auspicious day of the Radha Ashtami. Although I don't have any qualification to do so, so I pray to the Lord, I pray to Radha that one day she engages me in the service of all of you, all the senior devotees, and Krishna. I pray to the Radharani that one day my mind gets attracted to the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to speak something about this Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Lilananda Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. Thank you so much for Hare Krishna. Silva Mataji, thank you so much for scheduling this class on this day. Hare Krishna, Subhara Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. Sri Gopal Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam.
प्रभु धन्यवाद।
Sanjay Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. Madhvi Reddy, Dandavad Pranam.
धन्यवाद प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
Pushkala, thank you so much for joining. Kamya Mataji, thank you so much for joining. So without any delay, so we'll start our session. Let me share the screen. So in the last class, we have seen His Grace Giriraj Prabhu was talking about 13th chapter description of the future Manus, where he described about many different types of Manus, who are the Manvantras, Vaivasvata Manvantra, Shavarni Manvantra, Daksha Savarani, Brahma Savarani, and so. So today we are talking about the universal system of the management, the 14th chapter. Harry. So we are talking about the 14th chapter, the universal system of management, the system of universal management. As we all know that ultimately the supreme is the supreme personality of Godhead who is the managing the entire creation. But for in his service, there are so many people who are doing the management. So first under the orders of under the instruction of the supreme personality of Godhead, it is the Brahma. So Brahma is the secondary creator of the entire universe. And under the Brahma, we can see so there are so many devatas and manvantras. So there are 14 manvantras, 14 manus, and each manvantra lasts up to 21 yuga cycles. So under that, you have each manu, devatas and manus administrating the universal system of management. So this is what is being explained over in this chapter, and we'll see what the senior devotees and acharyas are giving us through this chapter. So, so in the text 1, 2, 3, and 3 doesn't have any purpose. So we'll combinedly read text 1 to 4 and see what acharyas are going to give us. Text number 1. Sri Raja Uvacha Manvantareshu Bhagavan Yata Manos Adyasva ime Yasmin Karmani ena Niyuktastad Vadaswame. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Maharaj Parikshit inquired, O most opulent Sukadev Goswami, please explain to me how Manu and others in each Manvantara are engaged in their respective duties and by whose order they are so engaged. Text number 2. Shri Rushirovacha Manavo Manu Putrascha Munayascha Mahipate Indra Suraganaschaiva Sarve Purusha Sashanaha. Sukadeva Goswami said, the Manus, the sons of Manus, the great sages, the Indras, and all demigods, O king, are appointed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his various incarnations, such as Yajna. Text number 3. O king, I have already described to you various incarnations of the Lord, such as Yajna. The Manus, and others are chosen by these incarnations under whose directions they conduct the universal affairs. Purpose. The Manus execute the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his various incarnations. Text number 4. Chatur Yugante Kalena Grastanchuti Ganan Yata Tapasa Rushayo Pashyan Yato Dharma Sanatanaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. At the end of every 4 yugas, the great saintly persons, upon seeing the eternal occupational duties of the mankind have been misused, re-establish the principles of religion. Purport. In this verse, the word dharma and sanatana are very important. Sanatana means eternal and dharma means occupational duties. From Satya Yuga to Kali Yuga, the principles of religion and occupational duty gradually deteriorate. In Satya Yuga, the religious principles are observed in full, without deviation. In Treta Yuga, however, these principles are somewhat neglected, and only 3/4 of the religious duties continue. In the Dwapar Yuga, only half of the religious principles continue, and in Kali Yuga, only 1/4 of the religious principles, which gradually disappears. At the end of the Kali Yuga, the principles of religion or the occupational duties of humanity are almost lost. Indeed, in this Kali Yuga, we have passed through only 5,000 years, yet the decline of Sanatana Dharma is very prominent. The duty of the saintly persons, therefore, is to take up seriously the cause of the Sanatana Dharma and try to re-establish it for the benefit of the entire human society. The Krishna conscious movement has been started according to this principle. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 12.3.51, Kalirdosha Nije Rajan Astihi Eko Mahan Guna Kirtanat Eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Parambraje. The entire Kali Yuga is full of faults. It is like an unlimited ocean of faults. By the Krishna conscious movement, but the Krishna conscious movement is very authorized. Therefore, following in the footsteps of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who 500 years ago inaugurated the movement of Sankirtana, Krishna Kirtana, we are trying to introduce this movement according to the superior orders all over the world. Now, if the inaugurators of this movement strictly follow the regulative principles and spread this movement for the benefit of all human society, they will certainly usher in a new way of life by re-establishing Sanatana Dharma, the eternal occupational duty of the humanity. The eternal occupational duty of human being is to serve Krishna. Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. This is the purport of Sanatana Dharma. Human being is to serve Krishna, the sum and substance of the Krishna conscious movement. It's a wonderful purport given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So earlier we have seen, Sukadeva Goswami was explaining about the Manus and Manvantras, and Maharaj Parikshit was explaining him, asking to explain how Manu and others in each Manvantara are engaged in these respective duties. So that's what the question Maharaja Parikshit put to the Sukadeva Goswami. And Sukadeva Goswami was explaining that the hierarchy. First, he is giving the hierarchy under the supervision of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form in the incarnation of Yajna. So, and like in other incarnations, there are different incarnations of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And under this, we have the Brahma and the Manus, the sons of the Manus, the great sages, and Indras, and all the demigods are doing the different types of administrations. So that's what Sukadeva Goswami was explaining. And at the end, he and in the fourth sloka, he is explained that at the end of every fourth yuga. So in every manvantara, and the reason of Manvano, there are 1771 Mahayugas. So what is Mahayuga? It is a combination of four yugas, Satur Yuga. So Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So like that, these four cycles and these four sets of cycles in 71 times, one Manvantara changes. So every at the end of every end of fourth yuga, which is Kali Yuga, we can see the decline in the following the dharma, principle of dharma. So dharma is re-established in Satya Yuga, gradually gets reduced and gets almost lost in the Kali Yuga. That's what's meant, what we have seen in the we have read in the SSR as well. So in the Satya Yuga, people were 100% following the dharma. But in again the Treta Yuga, three-fourth is remaining and one-fourth is lost. And in the Dwapar Yuga, half of the dharma is lost and half of the dharma is only established. But in the Kali Yuga, only one-fourth of the dharma is left. You can see this in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, where Dharma discusses with the bull discusses with the cow. So it is standing on the one leg. Now the Dharma is standing on the leg of truth. So cleanliness, everything else is gone. And in the Kali, as the age of Kali is progressing, even that one leg is also getting dismantled. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is explaining about the word dharma and sanatana. So dharma comes from the word dhru. The word dharma comes from the dhru. Dhru means is to sustain. So it sustains the object. So that like the dharma of sugar is to be sweet. The sustenance of the sugar is sweetness. So every object has its innate dharma. So that is the existence of the object. And Sanatana, the word Sanatana means eternal. As we all know, it is eternal. But what is eternality? We should understand what is eternality, what is the Sanatana means. So the Sanatana word also comes from the word Sanat. What is this Sanat? The opposite of Sanat is Anath. So we all know Anad means there is no master. If there is no master, a person is called Anath. Like absence of the parents. If there are no parents, he becomes an orphan. He's one kind of Anath. And another kind of Anath is there is no master. But we all know that Krishna is the supreme master of everyone. From the point of Krishna, he is a master. But the soul has forgot that Krishna is the master. I have a master. The sana that's why we are anath. We don't understand that we have a eternal master. So recognizing that we have a master is sanat. Jivera swarupa hoy Krishna nityadas. Sanatana means eternality, means to understand that I am the soul and I am the eternal servant of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This Sanatana Dharma means the existence of the Sanatana, existence of sustenance of so that Jivera Swarupahoi Krishna Nityadas. That is what is being given over in this purport. So eternally establishing this Jivera Swarupahoi Krishna Nityadas. So Sanatana Dharma comes at different levels. So one is at a Vedic level. So religious level where the people follow the four religious systems. And slowly, So we all see that scriptures deal with three modes. The people who are in the ignorance, people who are in the Rajoguna, people who are in the Sattva Guna. And over there, Krishna asks Arjuna to come above these three modes of the material nature. So Sanatana Dharma starts from following the scriptures and ultimately realizing that we are eternal servants of the Krishna. So here the Prabhupada mentions that in the Kali Yuga, we had just passed only 5,000 years, yet the decline of Sanatana Dharma is very prominent. So we all know that Kali Yuga lasts for 4,32,000 years, and of which 5,000 years, about 5,000 odd years, we have come across. In these 5,000 years, we see, forget about the 5,000 years. For the last 100 years, how the civilizations have changed. So we can see rape cases are increased, and crimes have increased, divorce rates have increased, and so many other things are increasing, right? So many negative situations are outside. It's not conducive. We all see that people are against this Sanatana Dharma. People say, I eradicate Sanatana Dharma. People should not follow the Sanatana Dharma. So recently, I have heard that a temple one place in Hyderabad was vandalized by the miscreant people. And what are we doing? What are we doing about that? So we are also part of the Hindu culture. Yes, our philosophy is highest. So when we see the philosophy, we see the Devatas, we follow Krishna consciousness, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. But ultimately, we all should support each other. There are different saintly persons. So there are different levels of yogis. There are Jnana Karma yogis, Jnana yogis. These are all saintly persons following the practicing Sanatana Dharma at their different levels. And we are fortunate to get the highest philosophy through Srila Prabhupada. But we also have to work closely with all the other Sanatana Dharma people. We cannot sit idle. So helping Sanatana Dharma is Sanatana Dharma in general. Even Hindu people who directly or indirectly help Sanatana Dharma. We should help establishing Sanatana Dharma at different levels. So that's what. So there are so many people who are practicing the Sanatana Dharma, who are supporting the Sanatana Dharma, even go up to the people, we vote for people who support the Sanatana Dharma. So this is all our duty. Keeping our body safe is also Sanatana Dharma. So we all know we have to take care of the soul. Body is temporary and soul is permanent. But taking care of this body is also the part of the Sanatana Dharma, provided we use it for Krishna consciousness. We should not use this body for sense gratification. We should use this body for propagating Krishna consciousness, establishing Sanatana Dharma. This Krishna conscious movement has been started according to this principle. So there are the principle of Krishna consciousness was given to establish this Sanatana Dharma, especially Jivera Sarupahoi Krishnera Nityadas. Here, His Grace Keshavananda Swami, Keshavananda Prabhu was explaining out. So what is Krishna consciousness? So what does Krishna consciousness mean? So Krishna consciousness means we are conscious of Krishna. So being conscious of Krishna means all people are equal in the eyes of Krishna. All are children of Krishna. Devotees are also devatas are also devotees of Krishna. We have to protect all those things, isn't it? So with the relation to Krishna, that is one level of Krishna consciousness. Second level of Krishna consciousness is understanding that Krishna is conscious of us. So Krishna consciousness means understanding that Krishna is always conscious of all of us. Krishna is always taking care of us. He is giving all the facilities. The third level of Krishna consciousness is being conscious that Krishna is conscious of us. Being conscious that Krishna is conscious of all of us. Sometimes in the satsangs or in the presence of devotees, we say Hari Bol, Hari Krishna, we do japa, we do behave like a devotee. But when there is nobody around us, what are we? Are we conscious of Krishna? We think that nobody is watching. Let me do whatever nonsense I can do. So when we go to satsang, we behave like a devotee. When we go to a karmic place, we behave like a karmi. Because we think nobody is watching. No devotee is there. Let us be like this. But Krishna is watching all of us. So being aware that being conscious that Krishna is conscious of us is also Krishna consciousness. And this establishes the Sanatana Dharma. And in this world, whatever may be the yuga, so this place is a place of misery. Dukhalayam ashasvatam. Bhagavad Gita says, Krishna doesn't say that in Kali Yuga only it is Dukhalayam. Of course, Dukha in Kali is more. Kali Yuga it is more prevalent. But ultimately it is a material world. We all have to take birth, whether you are in Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, or Kali Yuga, we all have to take birth again and again. This is going to happen. So, A Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punar Avartino Arjuna. So, till we go to this planet of Brahma, we are going to take this birth, death, old age, and disease. This is the four problems in our life. But especially in this Kali Yuga, it is filled with Kaler Dosha, Nijay Rajan. It's full of ocean of faults. So when you are in ocean, can you not be wet? It is impossible to not be wet. You will be wet. So whether you are a devotee or a non-devotee, when you are in a material ocean, you are going to get wet. So in this Kali Yuga, in this ocean of faults, everyone gets wet by the faults. It's not so difficult to find fault in others. So there are certain people who predict. So like Nostradamus, Baba Vanga, and there are so many people who have predicted that war is going to happen in this year. This floods are going to come. These are going to come because if you touch the ocean, you are going to touch the water. Ultimately, you are touching the water. So wherever you see the faults. You see the results of the faults coming. All the floods, all these things are happening because of the faults have to Kaler Dosha Nijay Rajan. But all the saintly people say that this Kali Yuga is the best of all the four yugas. Because only one, Asti Kirtanat Eva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Param Vajet. By simply glorifying Krishna, Kirtanat Eva Krishnasya. By glorifying Krishna, we can become free from this misery. So, what does Kirtana means? Of course, the chanting of the holy names, music, by using the musical instruments, you are doing Kirtan. Even thinking about Krishna, oh Krishna, how great are you? So, when you drink water, you remember Krishna. The taste of water is Krishna. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that, isn't it? So reminding of Krishna, glories of Krishna is also Kirtana. Whether you do it privately or in the public using musical instrument, but whatever in a way you are glorifying Krishna. That is called Kirtana. That is what is Kirtana. Therefore, following the footsteps of the Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who 500 years ago inaugurated the movement of Sankirtana movement. Only in this Kali Yuga, the Sankirtana movement is going to take over. There is no other way. Harir Nama, Harir Nama, Harir Nama eva kevalam, kalor nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatiranyata. In this age of Kali Yuga, there is no other way except the Sankirtana movement. And here it is mentioned, if the inaugurators of this movement strictly follow the regulative principles of and spread this movement for the benefit of all human, they will certainly usher a new way of life by re-establishing Sanatana Dharma. So who are the inaugurators of this movement? So if, of course, we all know Krishna is the supreme cause, he is the first inaugurator. Naturally, he is the one who is following. So we cannot expect that Krishna is not following. So it is not describing about Krishna. So we all see the parampara, all the parampara system, acharyas, till our superiors, even till our Shiksha gurus, they are following this movement strictly. Then whom is this addressed to? It is being addressed to each and every one of us. So we are all preachers by way of our actions, by giving classes, by kirtanas, by so many other ways we are preaching. So we are trying to preach in different societies. We are inaugurating this Krishna conscious movement in parts of the world. Of course, all our acharyas have shown that this movement should the inaugurators are following this movement very strictly, following the regulative principles. And we also have the same responsibility to carry forward. We are also inaugurating this movement in our tiny places, wherever we are preaching. So it is first we who have to follow these principles, regulative principles. We give so many classes. We see so many preachers who give the classes, say all these things, but fail to forget to implement in their own life. Sanatana Dharma, Jivera Swarupa Vai Krishna Nityadas. How many of us are thinking about I am the eternal servant of Krishna? Sometimes when we preach, when we get some praises, we think, oh, I am preaching very nicely. Oh, I am successful. I have so many followers. Sometimes, somewhere or the other, we tend to forget that I am a servant of Krishna. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam, va jagadishaka. Of course, more devotees, happy devotees. But we have to be very careful that am I making these devotees for my own followership to get some likes in YouTube or Instagram, or is it connecting the many souls to Srila Prabhupada and Krishna? So what is our idea? So when we think that we are connecting them to Srila Prabhupada, we are thinking Jivera Swarupai Krishna Nityadas. Otherwise, in the name of preaching, we are all enjoying the sense gratification. And next is this is Sanatana Dharma. So this is what we have to say. Eternal occupational duty of human being is to serve Krishna. This is some main substance of Krishna conscious movement. So serve Krishna, serve humanity. Give Krishna to the humanity. Give Krishna Prasadam, Krishna Katha. That's what we all have to do, each and every one. Either directly or indirectly preach Krishna conscious to all people. Text number 5. Anyone would like to read the text number 5? Hare Krishna, anyone, any
Prabhu.
volunteer?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Danda Pranam.
Haran Mataji, please.
Only translation, Prabhu.
Yeah, translation is perfect.
Hare Krishna. Thereafter, O King, the Manus, being fully engaged according to the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, directly re-established the principles of occupational duty in its full 4 parts. Purport. Dharma or occupational duty can be established in its full 4 parts as explained in Bhagavad Gita. Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavan Aham Avyayam Vivaswan Manave Praha Manur Ikshvakave Bravit. I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivaswan, and Vivaswan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in return instructed it to Ikshvaku. This is the process of disciplic succession. Following the same process, the Krishna consciousness movement is teaching the principles of Bhagavad Gita as it is, without deviation, all over the world. If the fortunate people of this time accept the instructions of Lord Krishna, they will certainly be happy in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted everyone, at least in India, to become a preacher of this mission. In other words, one should become a guru and preach the Lord's instructions all over the world for the peace and prosperity of humanity. Hare Krishna.
Very Krishna. Thank you so much, Bhakti. So here we can see, so what are we instructed to do? Tato dharmam chatuspadam. So, therefore, O King Manus, being fully engaged in according to the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, directly re-establish the principles of the occupational duty in its full parts. So each and every one. So whatever role we take, whether you are a counselor, whether you are a principal president, whether you are a Mataji cooking at home, whatever it may be, so right up to the Manu, the Brahmas, they all have to be fully engaged according to the instruction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The highest thing, the universe, the system, and in this system of universal administration is the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There cannot be much higher than this. There cannot be any other instructions which are more than higher than this instructions of the Supreme Person. So whatever he is saying in the Bhagavad Gita, whatever the devotees are following in Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, we all have to try to imbibe in our culture, in our system. So that's what. So what is that? The dharma or the occupational duty can be re-established in its full four parts as explained in the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita 4.1, the Lord says, Imam Vivasi Yoga. So so the dharma can be established by the disciplic succession in the parampara. The dharma comes in the paramparic system. When you are in a way, we are in the outside of the parampara, it is no longer dharma. Though it looks like a dharma, it might be a pious activities, but it is not the ultimate dharma which is coming. So even the dharma should come from the disciplic succession. Then only we can see it is, and instructions are coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just like you see, there is a there is what's called a generator. So there is a supreme generator from where the electricity is generated and distributed across to the substations, and from the substation it comes to the different houses, isn't it? So when the connection is cut, what happens? Slowly the connection electricity to the home gets cut. So it is very much important that the home gets connected to the supreme generating station. Similarly, through the parampara system, we all have to get connected to the Krishna. Then only the instructions of the Krishna comes to us through the parampara, and we get to execute the instructions. So establishing the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead means following the system of the parampara system. This is what is explained over here. If the fortunate people of this time accept the instructions of the Lord Krishna, they will certainly be happy in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. So everyone are trying to be happy, isn't it? We're all seeking happiness. But how can we get happiness? Only by accepting the instructions of the Krishna. There is no other way. So and we all try to enjoy. We all have the enjoyment mentality. We all have to try to enjoy the material world. But the Krishna says, this world is not meant for the enjoyment. This world is not meant for our enjoyment. We are not here for enjoyment. We are here for rectification and purification. This material world is for our rectification. This is a training ground. So why there is so much problem in this material world? Doesn't Krishna know that people are staying over here and they're feeling miserable? Or only we know it? Does Krishna doesn't know it? Krishna is aware of it. That this world is Dukkhalayam. He is the creator. And why did he create a Dukkhalayam? So that we rectify ourselves, we purify ourselves, and we understand we are the eternal part of Krishna and go back to Godhead. That is our original place. That is where we are staying. But here we are trying to enjoy this material world. Even our enjoyment comes in the form of enjoying the Krishna consciousness. Shouldn't we enjoy Krishna consciousness? Yes, we can enjoy the Krishna consciousness. Why should we enjoy Krishna consciousness? It is not that I should only enjoy. I. The sense of I-ness is coming in the spiritual world. This is, I am telling it to myself. I see myself in this. I am trying to enjoy this Krishna conscious. It's perfectly good, but it's not the ultimate thing. Since I is coming in. So we have to enjoy Krishna consciousness so that we give it to the others. If we are not enjoying Krishna consciousness, how can you give it to others? Isn't it? So we should not be morose. Oh, I have to chant 16 rounds. This is very difficult. I have to get early in the morning. If we feel difficulty, then we cannot give Krishna consciousness to others. We have to be blissful in the Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada says, chant and be happy. You have to chant, you have to be happy. So we can enjoy kirtan. We can enjoy all these things. We can enjoy the prasadam. But to give it to all of the other people, they come and see us. So just like the example of Draupadi. Let me see the example. So Draupadi, she was informed. She was informed that the next day she will be disrobed. In the entire Kuru Samrajya, she is going to be disrobed. But she accepted it. She accepted it. So she was enjoying it. Not that some people, so to expose her body, to glorify Krishna, to glorify how Krishna protects his devotees. Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was attached to truth, but he was asked to speak lie. Aswadama ataha kunjaraha. Even though he was attached to truth, he almost lied it. He was enjoying it, not because of other recognition, but for the service of Krishna, to give Krishna to others. That is what enjoyment in Krishna conscious means. We enjoy and distribute it to others. That is what enjoyment means. That is what being happiness means. Chaitanya Prabhu wanted everyone. This is the direct instruction of Srila Prabhupada. What Srila Prabhupada is expecting from each and every one of us. He wanted everyone, at least in India, to become a preacher of this mission. In other words, one should become a guru. We all have to be a role model. We have to lead by our examples. We have to become a guru. Bharata Bhumite Hoile, Manushya Janmayar, Janma Sartaka Kori Karo Parapakar. This is what the instruction of Chaitanya Prabhu. See, we all have taken birth in India. The glories of India is this religious system, this Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, the Parampara system is formed in India. So we all have to become a guru in that. So in that, we all tend to forget one thing. This is second line we all forget. Janma sartaka kori karo parapakar. There are two instructions in it. To become a guru, there are two instructions in it. One is kara paropakar. So we all have to do paropakar. We all have to distribute this Krishna conscious movement across the whole globe or across your society, whatever it may be. This is the first level of instruction. And we do it religiously. And we forgot one instruction, which is Janma Sartaka Kari. This is the 50% of the instruction. So first of all, we have to make our life Sartaka. So we had to take this Krishna consciousness, the service of Krishna to ourselves. Then only we can give it. So sometimes we tend to take, and we forgot to give it, which is not right. And we all give to others, and we forgot to take it. Isn't it? So our satsang is very well designed by His Grace Lilananda Prabhu. So every one of us are preaching in different societies. We are giving to the whole world by the means of Radha Yatra, Janmashtami classes. We are giving to the other societies. And every Sunday, we have to come to the satsang and learn. So coming to Sunday satsang evening, makes us Janma Sarthaka Kori. And the other days, we are giving to the people. Karo Parapakar. But we are doing only one of the things. So we should not forget these two instructions. Janma Sarthaka Kori and Karo Parapakar. This makes us then one can become a guru and preach the instructions of the all over the world for peace and prosperity of the humanity. Text number 6. Anyone would volunteer for text number 6?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Yes, please.
Text 6. Palayanti prajapala yavadantam vibhagashah yagnabhagabhujo deva yecha tatranvitaschataihi. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. To enjoy the results of sacrifices, yagnas, the rulers of the world, namely the sons and grandsons of Manu, discharge the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead until the end of Manu's reign. The demigods also share the results of these sacrifices. Purport. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.2, Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduhu. This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. This parampara system extends from Manu to Ikshvaku, and from Ikshvaku to his sons and grandsons. The rulers of the world in the line of hierarchy execute the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the parampara system. Anyone interested in peaceful life must participate in this parampara system and perform yagnas. As Gaudiya Vaishnavas in the parampara system of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we must perform Sankirtana Yagna all over the world. Yagnaihi Sankirtana prayer yajantihi sumedhashaha. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in this age of Kali, and he will be easily satisfied if the Sankirtana movement is spread vigorously all over the world. This will also make people happy without a doubt. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mother. Thank you so much. So this was in continuation with the previous sloka where Prabhupada was explaining about the establishment of dharma. So who can establish the dharma? So we all know the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is a establisher of the dharma. So what does Manusmriti say? Manusmriti 2.6 mentions Vedo Akilo Dharma Moolam Smriti Sile Cha Tadvidam Acharaschaiva Sadhunam Atmanastu Tivevaracha. Manusmriti, text number 6. Chapter 2, text number 6. So we all know the Vedas. So Vedas give Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So each and every wing has its own shastra, Dharma Shastras, then Artha Shastras, and the other Shastras are available. So Manusmriti comes under the Dharma Shastras. And Dharma Shastras are explaining, Manusmriti is explaining what is the source of the Dharma. So here it is explained that the entire Veda is a root source. There are 4 sources. So Manusmriti says, the first entire Veda is the root source of the Dharma. The entire Dharma is a main source of the Dharma. So if you are saying that I am following Dharma, means we are following the Vedic injunctions. Also the conscientious recollection of righteous persons versed in the Veda. So remembering about the people in the Vedas. And the practice of good and learned man. And the 4th one is their self-satisfaction, their enjoyment. So out of these 4, what is the primary source of Veda? It is the practice of good and learned men. Of course, Vedas are the source. So the recollection is the source. Self-satisfaction is also a source. And ultimately, the main source of all this thing is the practice of good man and men. So if Srila Prabhupada would not have come, Yadish Prabhupada na hoito, then what happened? What are we? We would have roaming around this world, right? Because Srila Prabhupada has come, he has shown how to execute, he has followed by his example, he has given the entire conclusions of the Vedas, and our acharyas, his disciples are following the same thing. We all know about this, right? Otherwise, how would we know all these things? We are reading Srimad Bhagavatam today on the auspicious day of Radhashtami. because of the sacrifice and being taken by all the acharyas by their own examples. Achareti iti acharya. Acharya means they follow by their own example. That is why how Vedas are revealed. That's why Srila Prabhupada was conferred the title Bhakti Vedanta. He is not, he is a scholar of Vedas, but he explained the Vedas to all of us in a so easy way. That's why he was given the title Bhakti Vedanta. So, by the exemplary actions of the great people, this dharma gets established. So that's what he said. Palayanti prajapala. Palayanti means to rule. To who? Palayanti means the one who is the ruler, the kings, the manus. Prajapala means all the people. So that they make the people Krishna conscious. That is what Palayanti Prajapal, discharge the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The duty of the Manus is to order the instruction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Till what? Yavad Antam Vivagasa. How long should Manus act upon? Until the end of the Manus reign. So we see the 72 Mahayugas. So Krishna is going to test. Krishna is given 71 Manu, for each Manu, 71 Mahayugas. 72 into 4 crore 32 lakh odd. That much time they have to execute the instruction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and rule the world. So why is Krishna doing that? Why is not Krishna giving immediately the pleasure? Of course, we got some pleasure. Why is Krishna testing us? We all think, karma is saying that because of my karma, I'm getting these results. Isn't it? By good karma, bad karma, all this coming into the picture, everything's happening. The Gyanis will think in a different way. But Gyanis are thinking that Krishna is testing it. Sorry, Krishna is testing us. This is what Gyan is thinking. But what is a devotee thinking? Devotee is not thinking about the karma. Devotee is not thinking about the test of the Krishna. Devotee is thinking that Krishna is preparing me for a certain things. Krishna is making me prepared. So in the Gajendra Moksha, Indradyumna Maharaj was not feeling anything because of my karma, because of my offenses, because of my all these things. He was not thinking because test. He took it as an instruction of the Krishna. Maybe he is preparing for me. Parikshit Maharaj took the curse because he thought Krishna is preparing me for something great. Arjuna was also thinking like that. Ambarish Maharaj, all the devotees, if you see their life, they were not thinking about the karma or test of the Krishna. They are thinking about the preparation of Krishna. This is what Krishna is making each and every one of us. So by longevity, by making delayed, Krishna is making us to get the love of Krishna. Preparing our consciousness for love of Krishna, starting detaching ourselves from this material world. Slowly, he is detaching us from this material world. Ultimately, he is making us practice patience and tolerance. That is what Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Saishna, Amanina Maridena, Kitane Sarahari. He is preparing all of us for the patience and tolerance so that we can glorify him. That is what 9.34, the entire conclusion of the Bhagavad Gita. Manmana Bhavumad. Always remember about me. Kirtaniya Sadahari. So for that, we require patience and tolerance. That is what Krishna is preparing all of us. So till that end of that, we have see that Krishna is not appearing or not giving because he is preparing all. Actually, Krishna has given a lot of things for us. He has given Srila Prabhupada. He has given Vedas. He has given Bhagavad Gita. He has given the satsangs. He has given the holy names. So many things he has given. The only thing we have to do is absorb them, utilize them, imbibe them, and get ourselves prepared. Then what happens? Even the demigod also say the results of these sacrifices. Even demigods also help the devotee. So to get the blessings of the other devatas, we all have to follow the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, already we have discussed about the enjoying the results. If we don't enjoy, we cannot give it to others. So enjoyment doesn't mean it's a material enjoyment. It is to give to the others. So here, Srila Prabhupada is also mentioning that the rulers of this world, in line with the hierarchy, execute the orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the Parampara system. So we all follow Dharma. Yes, isn't it? We all took this from our Parampara. We are following this Krishna conscious Dharma, practicing it. What happens? Will it stop there? I may don't, I after few years, I don't exist here. My children exist. My children's also doesn't exist. Their grandchildren exist. So generation and generations are passing away, isn't it? So if you only alone, if you only alone follow dharma, then how can you how can you propagate the dharma to the other people? You have to give it to the children, your grandchildren, and grandchildren, and this should go in succession. That is called parampara. So our acharyas has given the parampara. If Srila Prabhupada would have stopped there, there is no other no point. We would not have sat here. We do not know about Radharani, isn't it? So he given to the generations. So dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. We say if you protect dharma, then dharma protects us. So protecting dharma means following the paramara system. This is what Prabhupada means over here. Following the dharma means following the parampara system. Dharma is equal to parampara and parampara is equal to dharma. Then that is the only way we can understand this Krishna conscious movement. He will be easily satisfied if the Sankirtana movement is spread vigorously all over the world. So if you spread Krishna consciousness around the world, Krishna will be pleased. Prabhupada will be pleased. This will also make people happy. So Indra, king of heaven, receiving benedictions from the Supreme Personality of Godhead and thus enjoying highly developed opulences, maintains the living entities all over the three worlds by pouring sufficient rain on all planets. Even the king of heaven is also getting the benedictions from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So anyone would like to read text number 8?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Yes.
Dandat Pranam.
Yes.
Translation. In every yuga, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, assumes the form of Siddhas such as Sanaka to preach transcendental knowledge. He assumes the form of great saintly persons such as Yagnavalkya to teach the way of karma. And he assumes the form of great yogis such as Dattatreya to teach the system of mystic yoga. Purport. For the benefit of all human society, not only does the Lord assume the form of Manu as an incarnation to rule the universe properly, but he also assumes the forms of a teacher, yogi, Gnani, and so on for the benefit of human society. The duty of human society, therefore, is to accept the path of action enunciated by the Supreme Lord. In the present age, the sum and substance of all Vedic knowledge is to be found in Bhagavad Gita, which is personally taught by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the same Supreme Godhead, assuming the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, expands the teachings of Bhagavad Gita all over the world. In other words, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, is so kind and merciful to human society that he is always anxious to take the fallen souls back home, back to Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this is a beautiful purport where it shows Krishna is working on each and every one of us at different levels. So in earlier times, I was thinking, oh, when I was introduced, I came to the Krishna consciousness and then I understood that Bhakti Yoga is highest. Bhagavad Gita says among all the yogis, Bhakti Yoga is the highest, and my devotees are the highest. And I used to feel proud. Oh, I am taking this Bhakti Yoga. Oh, I got the highest thing. And whenever I used to see other people who are not following Bhakti, I used to look down upon them. Hey, why are they following this Karma Yoga? Why are they following this, all this philosophy, other philosophies? They should have taken this Bhakti Yoga because Bhakti Yoga. But internally, I didn't realize that I had that pride of taking this Bhakti. But if you see over here, this is a pride slap on my face. Then I understood how to see these different kinds of people. We have seen different acharyas like His Holiness Jai Pataka Swami Maharaj, His Holiness Radhanath Swami. If you read Journey Home of the Radhanath Swami Maharaj, and I understood this purport. now. So it says, Supreme Personality of Godhead is assuming the form of the Siddhas, such as Sanaka, to preach the transcendental knowledge, to preach this Krishna conscious movement. He also assumes the great Yajnavalkya to teach Karma Yoga. So he comes as a Dattatreya to give the mystic yoga. So all these are given by Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, because he understands there are different kinds of people, there are different levels of people. There are who are the people at the Karma Kanda level, Karma Yoga level, Jnana Yoga level, and Bhakti Yoga level. Krishna is working on each and every one. Of course, we are fortunate to get the highest because of His divine grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Srila Prabhupada. We got introduced to the highest philosophy of this system, yoga ladder. But that doesn't make us to look down upon the other yoga systems, because it is the Krishna who himself is elevating each and every person into this Bhakti Yoga only. Slowly he is making Krishna from Karma Yoga, he is increasing the piety. So you do this, you will get in this return. So if you see the horoscope, if there is something in the horoscope, they ask you to give some till as a offering, some oil as an offering, isn't it? You see that? What does it mean? It's a type of inducing charity in ourselves. Giving charity. Giving charity is good. So what happens through this process, our piety gets increased. By way of increasing our piety, it makes us conducive for Bhakti Yoga. So by giving Karma Yoga, by giving the Jnana Yoga, all these things, Krishna is making the different people favorable for Bhakti Yoga. So he brings us to Jnana platform. Bahunanam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadade Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samatma Sudurava. It is said, fortunately, after many years, the Jnani understood that Supreme Personality of Godhead is the highest. So now the Jnani is becoming a devotee. Means you have to come to this platform of Jnani. So Krishna is giving all this philosophy, different levels of philosophy, and making people conducive to Krishna consciousness. And ultimately, our acharyas are taking to the next level, where they are making us to understand that we are all Jivera Swarupamai Krishnera Nityadas. So he is also assuming the form of a teacher. He is not only as a Supreme Personality of God, he is also as a teacher. He is coming in the mood of Radharani as Chaitanya Prabhu. He has explained about devotee in Chaitanya Charitamrita and Bhagavad Gita, but now he is making us to see how a devotee should work. Text number 9. In the form of Prajapati Marichi, the Supreme Personality of Godhead creates progeny, becoming the king. He kills the thieves and rogues. In the form of the time, he annihilates everything. All the different qualities of material existence should be understood to be the qualities of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So in the form of a time, he is annihilating everything. So this is what is explained about in text number 9. Text number 10. People in general are bewildered by the illusory energy, and therefore they try to find the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, through various types of research and philosophical speculation. Nonetheless, they are unable to see the Supreme Lord. Whatever actions and reactions take place for the creation, maintenance, and annihilation of this material world are actually brought about by one person. There are many varieties of philosophers trying to search for ultimate cause under different names and forms, but they are unable to find the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who explains the Bhagavad Gita that he is the origin of everything and the cause of all. Ham Sarvasya Prabhu. This inability is due to the illusory energy of the Supreme Lord. Devotees therefore accept the Supreme Lord as he is and remain happy simply by chanting the glories of the God. So I had forgot who was explaining about that absolute truth. So we think that absolute truth has contradictions. So we see there are so many contradictions in the Shastras, saying that one absolute truth is like this is absolute truth, that is absolute truth. But that Prabhuji was explaining that there is no contradictions about the absolute truth. There are different angles of the same truth. So we are looking at the one particular object in different ways. So one object looks from in different as a circle in one way, as a triangle in another way, as another way in different ways. So one who is doing the architecture, suppose if we are doing architecture, so we are all building the temple, right? We see the floor plan from top level, side level, different levels you see, right? The same architecture we are seeing it in different ways. Similarly, different philosophers are seeing the same absolute truth in a different way. But Prabhupada is saying that the all other ways are not giving the direct perception of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. So the vision of the devotees is the perfect vision. So that's why devotee, what is the devotee is doing? He is following the Supreme Personality of Godhead as he is. He is remaining happy by simply chanting the glories of the Lord. Glories, chanting the glories of the Lord means take to this Krishna conscious by chanting the holy names, by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Do this activity early in the morning, especially if you do this in the Brahma Muhurta, it shows the different results. Of course, there is no rules and regulations for chanting of the holy names. But if we do it early in the morning, majority of your rounds early in the morning, it gives a nice consciousness in you. So read Prabhupada's books, hear the lectures, share the lectures to your friends, all those people. This is what chanting the glories of the Lord. By doing that, we are the only one who is going to get happy. There is a paradox over here. Giving enjoyment to Krishna makes us feel enjoyment. And we think that, that's like Lilananda Prabhu was explaining in the last Adastami class. So gopis are thinking that by giving enjoyment, I am getting the enjoyment, and this enjoyment is hindrance to make Krishna conscious, being in the service of Krishna. That's a high level thing. So because only by satisfying the senses of Krishna, Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. By serving Krishna, our senses gets happy. In one kalpa or one day of Brahma, there take place the many changes called vikalpas. O king, all of these have been previously described to you by me. Learned scholars who know past, present, and future have ascertained that in one day of the Brahma, there are 14 Manus. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purpose of the 8th canto, 14th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam entitled The System of Universal Management. Hare Krishna. So we will be stopping over here. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share something about Bhagavad Gita. I am trying to follow these instructions. Please pray for me that I follow these instructions very seriously. I progress in the spiritual path by serving all of you. Hare Krishna. So I open this forum for any questions, any doubts, any chastisements. Please forgive me if I have spoken anything wrong. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So if there are no doubts, can we stop? Hare Krishna, are you there?
Thank you for the service, Prabhu. Wonderful.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Giriraj Prabhu. Because of all of your association, I could speak something. All of your association.
Same. Your association also.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sanjeev. Thank you. So if there are no doubts, shall we stop it here?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams.
Thank you so much. Thank Hare Krishna Kamyam. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti vaishya vrinda ki jai. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Dandavat.
Santosh Aditya Prabhuji.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yes, thank you, Hare Krishna.